What is up, rivals? Welcome back to yet another episode of Rival Kingdoms. My name is Sawcasm, and today we're going to take a look comparing two different Ice Ancient. Hegar, or Hegar, after all this time, I don't know how to correctly pronounce the name. Hegar, whatever, and Foreveil. So two Ice Ancients, very, very similar, yet still very, very different. So I'm going to show you kind of when you want to use each one, or which one you should be leveling up. So first, let's take a look at their skills real quick. Both have very, very similar skills, so shouldn't take too long. First spell for Hegar is Demolish. Deals a huge amount of damage to a wall and a little bit of damage to nearby structures. Now, the area for the damage to nearby structures I found is so little that barely gets any use. But his next spell is Freeze, which freezes all structures in a small area for 5 seconds. And his final spell, Rally, which summons 3x Berserker. Now, if we take a look at Foreveil, his first spell is Frost Shield, reduces all damage taken by 50%, blah, 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 grants total immunity. His spell tower is equipped with Flash Freeze for 10 seconds, so that's pretty good. Second spell, Ice Elemental, kind of comparable to his final spell, Rally, which summons Berserkers, what the heck did I just say? Berserkers. And his final spell, Midwinter, which freezes all structures in a large area for 5.4 seconds. So you can see the similarities between Hegar and Foreveil. They both have summons, they both have a freeze, and their first spell is both a little bit different. Also, Foreveil is a dragon, so he has a dragon power for offense, and Hegar is a regular ancient, so you could use him in his spell tower for defense. And my battery is low, that sucks. But, so, one thing to note real quick, Hegar's freeze and Foreveil's freeze, not even close. It seems like they're similar, and they are, but the thing is, Foreveil's range is so huge, it can literally freeze a whole base. This is still a good freeze, but it can freeze maybe, you know, a chunk of buildings, not the whole base. And as far as comparing the summons, I would say that Hegar's summons are quite a bit better, considering you do get 3 of them, and they're Berserkers, which means they do have quite a bit more HP. They have a little bit more attack comparing the levels. And the other thing is, because Hegar is a rare ancient, you could actually level him up past Foreveil. So, let's get into a couple attacks with them, and I'll show you when I suggest you use each of them. Right now, we're about to attack this base, but the question is, first, do we use Hegar or do we use Foreveil? Now, a couple of things to think about that you want to kind of analyze beforehand. First of all, how many walls do you have to go through to get to the stronghold? So if we're going to attack from here, it's only one layer of walls, but if we attack from here, maybe if their whole base was kind of this design, this kind of, I don't know what it's called, honeycomb design or whatever, or they have a bunch of little pockets all around, we'd be having to go through a lot of walls to get to the stronghold, in which case, Hegar's first spell is absolutely huge for that, because we could just take out walls, super easy, we just literally place it down, it will destroy that wall. Plus, later on, we get the Berserkers to further help us destroy walls, because they have 300% bonus damage to walls. So if we're taking out walls, Hegar is your man. Now, if you have more direct route to the stronghold, I would definitely recommend Foreveil. But one thing to think about Hegar is if you are versing a base with stronger walls, so maybe, you know, they're pretty beefed up walls, like say a level 8 wall, right? This is a little bit more difficult than what I'm used to. I could still easily take out the stronghold, but a level 8 wall, I usually see about level 7 walls or something like that in my attack. So if it's a wall, maybe like a level 9 or 10 wall even, and I'm like, this would take a lot longer than usual to destroy, and plus my troops would get hurt in the process. So what you could do is use Hegar to take out that extra strong wall, and super good for that. But if it's a little bit more straightforward and linear, I definitely recommend you use Foreveil. Now, for this one in particular, we could attack from here, and either way, either ancient would be fine, because it's kind of, you know, not too difficult. We have kind of a pretty linear path to the stronghold, and wouldn't be difficult at all. But we're going to use Hegar just to get through this wall faster. So you kind of have to make the analysis for yourself. But the thing is, either one is fine for most situations. So let's just attack with Hegar and see what happens. So we're going to destroy that wall, and then place our troops down after that. You don't want to wait to destroy your wall, especially if you do level them enough to get enough mana. You start off with 5, I believe, so that you can automatically use a Demolish right from the start, destroy the wall that you want, or multiple if you do eventually get enough. Now let's take a look at his freeze here. So his freeze, you see, is nothing compared to the Midwinter spell. It's still good, but the Midwinter can literally almost cover this whole base. So super, super good there. And then you could, of course, use the Demolish afterwards to further take out these structures. Now, had I attacked with Foreveil right there, it would have taken us a little bit longer to get through these walls, of course, but once we defeated the stronghold, we could have froze the entire base for 5 seconds, and we probably would have been able to get everything. So it's a trade-off that you really need to think about and compromise. Alright guys, so despite the fact that there are multiple layers of walls, in which case I would say usually that Hegar is good, there is a section that we can attack from that we'd only have to go through one wall. So that's exactly what we're going to do, and this time we're going to use Foreveil just to show you the little bit of differentiation. But if they do have 2 layers of walls all the way around, I would definitely say Hegar is probably the way to go. But of course, the general overview for them is that use which one is right for the situation. But if you only want to level up one, either one of them is good. And you really can't go wrong, to be honest with you. So there we go. We got our Midwinter spell. Now look at the range of this Midwinter compared to the Hegar's freeze. Just absolutely huge. Of course, they do last for the same exact time, or not the same exact rather, but almost the same time. And this could freeze so much more, more useful for only 5 mana more. And it's just amazing. So you can see how much I love that spell. I just want to, if that spell was a person, I would just give it a kiss. So yeah, just to recap, they're both super good Ice Ancients. Six and Berna, please show up in one of my chests soon, please. But yeah, they're super good Ice Ancients, and either one of them you can't go wrong. I definitely recommend either of them. If you only have Foreveil, that's fine. Feel free to level them up. The only reason I haven't is because, or I have a little bit, but not fully, is because I'm hoping that one day I get a Berna and I get to try her out, because I want to pick between the Ice Ancients which one is my favorite, but I don't know yet because I haven't tried Berna. But they're still both really good in their own right. They both have somewhat different uses, yet somewhat similar, and different enough to make them worth leveling up separately, but also good enough that either one you go with is fine. So just pick the right one for the right situation if you have both of them leveled up, or if you have both of them. And with that said, I hope this helped you. I hope this helped you kind of debate which one you want to use. If you want to see another comparison video in the future, feel free to let me know in the comments below. I would truly appreciate it, and I will potentially take a look at the ones you want me to compare. And with that said, thanks for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy. Please leave a like rating if you did, and subscribe if you're new for some more Rival Kingdoms. Peace!